I lived about 8 years in Japan in total, including my mission. And so I have a lot of interesting experiences between Japanese and American culture that, for me, sometimes I'm a little astounded that Americans do this or Japanese people do this. I mean, for one thing, Americans are very abrupt and what's the word? Very bold, I guess you could say. They're not afraid to ask the hard questions or get in your face about certain things. Whereas the Japanese person is more conscious of the people's around them and how they think and how they feel. It's very much a community society where, all for one for all kind of thing. And if you're not a part of that community, it's hard to get into it and for them to accept you. But once they do, then you're like brothers for life kind of thing. Whereas America, we're pretty much, I want to say we're all individuals. I mean, outside of the church, I think a lot of people find themselves as individuals, not as we're a great community. Another funny thing is I love talking about this, the toilets in Japan. America, you just have, sit down ones. There's nothing special. But in Japan, you either have the super nice ones that talk to you and squirt water at you, or you have really horrible ones that don't even have a seat. They're called squatters. I guess that's what I call them, squatters. You just squat down and that's it. And, I find that so funny. I come back to America. I'm like, there's no seat warmer on this. What's up with that? But I'm glad we don't have the squatters, because those are horrible. Like, worst moments of my life. Another thing is how loud Americans can be. I mean, I'm in college. It gets pretty loud. But, I mean, yeah, Japanese people get loud if they want to, but I feel like it's very calm and very withheld. Whereas Americans were just yell about everything and don't care about who hears us, or I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of, I like my quiet time. Let's see. Japanese culture. What really amazes me is how much Japanese people respect their ancestors. I think that you find that a lot in Asian cultures. But with the Japanese, it's not so much religion per se as it is tradition, but actually thinking about their ancestors. Because it's not like they think every day about God necessarily, but they think about the people that gave them life, their parents, their great-grandparents. They think about them, and they actually they strive to be able to impress them in a way. Like, they can't fail, they don't want to fail, because that would be a disgrace to their ancestors. I know in the church, we try to have family history work and indexing and all that great stuff. But maybe we don't think about who are our ancestors as much as we should. And I feel I'm very American in the sense that I don't really think about it too much, and I really respect that of the Japanese people. My mother served a mission in Tokyo a long time ago. Don't tell my mom that. But her Japanese is still fairly well, because she has had many opportunities, with my dad being in the military and us living in Japan. She has many opportunities to keep speaking Japanese and actually keep in contact with the people that she could help convert to the gospel. And in turn, they became my friends. One of them is, I call my second mom, my Japanese mom, and she's amazing. I love her so much. But my Japanese wasn't perfect. My listening was a lot better going into the mission field. But because my mom speaking Japanese and also being able to interact with the her friends and who became my friends, I was able to pick up Japanese a lot faster, I think, than some other people. Going into the MTC, I understood a lot of cultural things that maybe, or not going into but coming out of the MTC, I understood a lot more cultural things that some of the Japanese, the non-Japanese elders did. Also, I understood more of how to say certain things, not in a American accent, but in a Japanese accent, and that really helped me talk to people a lot better. And I felt like people understand me more so than they would if I hadn't had that experience before. Also, I think I said this before, but my listening was very, very good. You know, I could, because I had heard it before, I could understand what the people were trying to say. The hard part was helping them, like, you know, speaking the language so that they could understand it. But I was able to follow conversations very easily, and I pretty much knew what they were saying, which is surprising. And I think for some elders it's different. I think they learn how to speak before they actually are able to listen. No, I think one way is better or not. No, I just think it's different ways for different people. And no matter what happens, you're still going to affect people. Just because I had more experience in Japanese doesn't make me a better missionary. Just gives me a different set of skills that I could use. And I think that's the same with anybody. Maybe some person is a little more talkative than I am, or maybe they are more of a people person. But they use that set of skills to their advantage. They don't try to be me. They try to be themselves. And I think that's an important thing when learning a language, is being yourself, not trying to be this elder or sister you put on a pedestal. But personally for me, I am so grateful I had the chance to live in Japan before, and that I was able to grow in my Japanese skills on my mission. It really blessed me, and hopefully it blesses me and other people in the future.